we ready to do this?
I've been ready. I'm just waiting on you.
Okay. You sit so far from me sometimes. I feel like you don't want to be close to me. It's fine though.
The dramatics. Why do we need to sit close to each other, Cheyenne?
I don't know.
Girl, bye.
Hey, what's going on, world? It's your girl Shy, and welcome back to the CheyTea podcast. That was good.
Go team.
That was not planned.
They never are.
No, but for real. Welcome back, friends. Welcome back.
Hey.
Took another week off because
Mans are tired, yo. Mans are busy.
honestly, it's comp season. And
busy, tired.
now that competition is happening in person and working at multiple studios, I have a competition every weekend and we record on weekends. So we pre-recorded 2 episodes and then this was the week we were supposed to do. Last week was the week we were supposed to do it again, and then
it's okay. We're here.
Fine. But in all honesty, we did record an episode.
We did, but you know me, sometimes I don't have a filter. So we had to draw that one back because Miss Shante said no. And I was like, why? And she just said no. And I said, no problem.
No, but for real, it was a no problem.
It was no problem. But I mean, I kind of thought about it. I was like, you know what? We should just keep this one.
We should.
Just keep this one. Sometimes we need a look a filter. Just look at one.
Just a little filter.
But anyways, y'all know the drill. Like, comment, subscribe. Follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify. You already know. As well as Instagram and TikTok. CheyTea Podcast everywhere. Give us a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts. And if you can do the same on Spotify too, do all of that. Because why? As you should. Support 2 black girls doing their thing out here. Just trying to get this bag. You know what I'm saying? All right.
Good job.
Thanks. Thought I'd give this a try this time.
I'm going to have to put those clips in really fast, but yeah.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay. You
that
got
was too
it.
fast?
No,
okay.
It's okay. We got it. I'm just going to just bloop, 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 bloop.
I do apologize for talking so fast sometimes, guys. I'm learning. I'm practicing.
You're getting better, though.
I appreciate it.
Yes.
It's definitely something I'm working on.
Yes. So, I have my headphones on today. This really does help, with recording now. I can actually hear myself and I can hear you. Fun fact, sometimes when I had this on, I couldn't hear anything. It was just for the looks. It was for the aesthetics.
It was called accessory.
It was for the accessory, okay? It fit the theme.
Fit
podcast,
the vibe.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
But now,
professional.
I noticed there's a knob that's above where the headphone jack is.
Guys.
You're supposed to turn it up.
It's been a year. You know what? It's called lessons learned. And here we are. I'm happy for you.
And I'm like, what does this thing do? I turn it up. I'm like, oh my God, I can hear myself. Hello. How y'all doing tonight?
God. How y'all doing tonight? Oh gosh. Anyways, what are we talking about today?
Oh man. We are talking about the single life.
Oh gosh. It's ghetto.
You can be single and not ready to mingle, though.
Yeah. And also single and ready to mingle. But again, like I just said, ghetto. But yeah.
Well, I'm in a relationship.
Period.
5 years strong. You know what it is. Shout out to my boo.
Shout out to you. But
obviously, everybody has had their single phase. I don't want to call it a phase, but everybody has experienced the single life. I don't miss it. Some days, I will say, I'm just not that I want to be single. I don't want that. But some days, I see my friends that are single, and I'm just I would not be able to manage. If I were single, I would not be able to manage.
I'm saying.
With the time that we're in now.
No, you couldn't.
No,
you could not.
I wouldn't be able to do this.
You could not.
I wouldn't be able to do this.
And this is coming from a single person. You can't.
No.
Because our age gap is not that big, but the age difference in this generation, it's for me personally, I think commitment is just not a thing. I think that because, I'm not going to say all females, but because as females, sometimes we're already giving everything before we're even said that we're even talking or even that we're going in the stage of talking or we're dating or even like you're my man, we're already doing things for whoever, and it's kind of like, so what's the point? Like, you're already giving them kind of boyfriendy treatment, so they're like, well, she's doing everything already, so I don't necessarily have to ask her or commit to her because she's already doing it. So what's the point? Because me committing, what is that changing?
Honestly, I think everything has to start in stages. So let's start in stage 1. Okay. Some people choose to be single.
Yes.
Some people prefer to be single rather than being in relationships. Either they were in a long-term relationship and it didn't work out. Either they had they experienced a divorce, or like something. Like there could be a reason to why people choose to be single, and then there are people who are not choosing to be single and are single for reasons that they don't really want to be, like for more reasons than one to why they don't want to be single. But they could have issues. They could be facing experiences. So, since you are a single woman, let's just start with the question. Why are you single?
Oh, God.
She said, not a therapy session.
I don't know. I think I just said I'm not going to say I don't know, but here I am saying I don't know.
Just answer from your honestly, why are you single?
Because I don't express right away that I don't want to be single. And I think that just going with the flow with whoever I meet and just waiting for them to make the decision to be in a relationship or to take something further than just like the talking stage or a situation is why I'm single. Because I don't express that's what I want, or if I do, it's slightly a little too late, and like that person has probably said, oh, I'm not ready for a relationship, or that's not what I'm looking for, and I just say, instead of saying okay and saying, well, that's not what I'm looking for, deuces, I just say okay,
thinking that they'll change
their mind, or something will change, or whatever the case may be, if we continue to talk further, depending on how far along they mention that to me, then I'll just chill and I'm just here.
Okay, so you take accountability for not communicating your intentions with that person.
Yes,
when you start to
now I do. I never used to, but I do now.
But you don't communicate what your intent with them, like where you want things to go.
Because usually I'm scared to kind of to say how I'm feeling, because I don't know what the reaction is going to be. And I'm learning that even if it's a reaction that I wasn't expecting or that I don't want to hear, it's okay, rather than me thinking it's a bad thing.
I had a train of thought. Shoot.
It's okay, it'll come back.
Damn it. It was something good too,
It'll come.
Okay, so with you not... Oh, here it is. Do you think that you're afraid to say it because you might scare them off? Like if you kind of because you don't want to come off too strong?
Yeah. And I feel like I'm already strong in my emotions as it is. And that just goes just in life, like with my friends, my family. Like I'm so emotional and that's something that I didn't really like, but I'm learning to just like and accept it because that's just who I am. And I shouldn't have to change who I am. And if that's just how I am, it is what it is. So whoever's gonna love me, whether that's a friend or romantically, that's just how you're gonna have to. It's me.
Yeah, I think a lot of women's fear in just going into the steps of meeting someone, and I'm gonna just speak from a woman's perspective because I am a woman. So when I say that, I think some, not all, but I think sometimes when you are dating or when you meet somebody or you want to meet somebody, you start to just put things into perspective before we get there.
Yeah,
we start putting the pieces into the puzzle before we even know what puzzle we're working with.
We try to make something and make a situation and make a future before we even know what it is exactly.
Right. And I think a lot of people have a lot of rules surrounding dating. I think like there's different things you'll hear, like the 3 month rule, the 6 month mark, the this month mark, the that
Yeah, like
month mark.
everything happens in stages. And I think that's another thing why I find it so difficult being single and even dating, because it's like you can never just be and never let everything just happen. Like I feel like especially my generation, we just put everything in stages. It's like the talking stage, then you're dating, and then there's a difference between talking and dating, and then you're dating. It's the difference between dating and being in a relationship, and like there's just so many things, and like everything can end within those stages.
I think what I was trying to say about putting too much things was we make a lot of restrictions on dating. Do you find that like there's
What
a
do you
lot of
mean?
rules?
Yeah,
Like there's a lot
yeah,
of rules. There's this, there's that. What are we doing here? What are we doing this? What are we doing that? I think that comes from just like a lot of opinions when you
yes,
start dating someone.
yeah,
It can come from opinions from your family.
your
It can come from your
friends,
opinions from your friends. It can come from opinions from just other influences like social media influence, just social gathering influences as well. Just seeing
and like
people.
other people's relationships as well. So you have
Yeah.
anybody around you that's in a relationship, so you kind of go based off, well, they didn't do this, but should I do that or whatever the case may be.
Right, right. And I think that as women, you know, we put things and we jump at things sometimes. And I think sometimes it's okay to also have like a plan. Like I think that we shouldn't be afraid to start dating, and when we date someone, contemplate is that if that's a person that you can marry.
But shouldn't that kind of be, not saying all the time, depending on what stage you are in your life, shouldn't that be something you should think about or have in the back of your mind?
I don't even think it's just I think yeah, it
Well,
could
then
be
again,
like the
that's fine
stage.
just if you want to get married, because not everybody
Right.
wants to get
Right.
married.
I don't think it's
Just being
also
with
the
that person
stage.
for
I
the
think
rest of your
sometimes it
life.
comes with age.
Yeah.
I think with age, at a certain point in your life, and everybody is different, but at a certain point in your life, you have to when you're dating, you date differently.
Yeah.
When I was younger, because I obviously when I was younger, I wasn't dating someone to thinking like I didn't look at them as my husband. I just looked at them right now. Like we were
Exactly.
just dating right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
You're just my little boyfriend right now.
Yeah.
I'm just a little girlfriend right now. It was just very present.
Yeah, you guys
That's
are,
what I was
yeah,
thinking.
which is good because that's depending on the time of your life, like whether, because like if you say you were dating in high school, like you're not really gonna think that this is a man that I married. Just a cute little high school boyfriend, a
Yeah.
cute little
And then
college
like your early
boyfriend, then your
20s,
early 20s. You know what I mean?
you're still figuring out things, and I think
Yeah,
even in your early 20s, you look at the right now perspective. And I think especially within our community, within our culture, everything is very now. It's
yes,
not what about we don't really look into the
no, we
future.
think about the present.
Yeah. And I think that's some of the challenges that comes with dating from a woman's perspective is just how many complications we can put into things,
Yeah,
you know? Um Now, when you're going into that phase or when you start going into the talking phase and the what are we doing? Can there be a respected time period where you can ask that question?
yeah, I think,
But wouldn't that also go back to the stages that we
which
go
is
through?
annoying, but I think everybody, depending on who you're seeing, then how you guys go about things.
Mm-hmm.
So you might date somebody who doesn't really care for the stages.
Mm-hmm.
And when they're talking to you and they're dating, this is you and this person.
Mm-hmm.
And then if he decides to ask you to be his girlfriend within 2 months, that's up to you and that person. But then somebody can be dating somebody else who does go through the stages, who says, well, we're just seeing each other right now. Okay, now we're talking. Okay, now we're exclusive type thing. So I feel like it just depends on the situation.
Now, can you accept somebody's answer for what are we doing if it is just we're just chilling, we're just hanging out. It's not complicated. It's not like, they don't want a title. Is that an answer that you can accept?
At what stage?
I don't know. You tell me.
God. Because I've just accepted it so much.
Mm.
And at this point, I'm tired of accepting it, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm still in my mid-20s, but I'm slowly starting to think about my future.
Mm-hmm.
Because for some people, I want to be married. I want to have children. So like now I'm not saying that I'm trying to do that tomorrow.
But can you accept somebody's answer when they say that? If you are dating
I
someone,
can accept it, but I'm just trying to figure out when does that person say that to me? Because depending on when they say it is
when you bring it up.
Again, how long did if I brought it up like 3 months into us talking and that's the answer they give me,
can you accept it?
I'm gonna say yeah because I have. So
no, but is it something that you want to accept, or is it?
It's not something I want to accept, but I've accepted it. So I have to say yes because I've accepted that response.
Okay. Now, why do you accept that response?
Oh, good. I don't know. I think I just accept it because I don't want to say what I actually want it to be because I'm comfortable with them being around. So instead of having them not around, I'll just accept that they're okay with just chilling. And then I'll just be like, all right, I guess that's what I'm okay with too.
So is that a form of like settling?
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
I'm just settling for them and I'm disregarding my feelings now.
Right. And I think that is something that we as women do all the time.
Yeah, it is. Because we either A are we're comfortable, or B, we just don't want to look elsewhere.
Yeah. And I don't know, like it's really hard because I think we've all experienced something like that where the person that we wanted didn't want us.
Yeah, and it's annoying. It sucks.
And with that feeling, it's like you start to question yourself. Like,
yeah,
is there something that I'm doing? Maybe I need to change my perspective. Maybe I need to change the way I think. Maybe I need to see things from that person's perspective. Maybe I can start doing things to maybe make them think that I believe the way that they're thinking so that they can fall in love with me because I'm being them or I'm accepting them.
Yeah.
I think we break so many.
And we forget about what we care about.
Yeah, we break so many. I don't want to call it rules, but we break so many of our own expectations and our own standards that when we break those standards for men, it's almost as if we're giving them the excuse to use that because they know that we are going to break it for them.
And we don't think about, well, would they do that for us?
Not in that moment.
No.
We don't. Not everyone, but I think to be completely vulnerable, I think almost everyone has experienced that where you dim down your light, you dim down your needs.
Yeah, we do.
So that most you definitely can get with that person, so you can be with that person.
It's like, and I was actually talking about this the other day, and we were talking about compromising and how is it really compromising? Because when you think about it, it's like, doesn't that just mean that you're just settling with being uncomfortable?
It depends on the perspective. I think both people need to do uncomfortable things to find comfort. I've always said that.
Yeah.
I think in order for us to compromise on something, I have to do something that makes me feel uncomfortable, but that's comfortable for you. And you have to do something that's uncomfortable for you, but that's comforting for me. And we have to come into the middle and meet each other's needs in terms of comfort.
Yeah.
So if, for example, if something is easier for me to do, like I know that I can say something, I can communicate, I can confront things. I'm very confrontational. Like I confront a problem and I nip it right there. But my partner can be like, I just let things cool.
Yeah.
I just chill out. And if it's something that where I do need to, confront it, that I will. But sometimes I don't need to confront it in that moment. That's comforting for him.
Yeah.
It's uncomfortable for me to do that. But how we meet in the middle is, I can come to you and I can say, are you ready to talk about this? And then you can come to me and say, you know what? I'm not ready to talk about this in this moment. I'm not upset. I'm at you. I'm upset about the situation. But give me a day. Give me 2 days and I'll talk about it with you then.
It's just because I had somebody tell me that, like, they don't compromise in, like, their relationship. Like, they're like, why should I compromise my feelings or things to make you satisfied? And like I thought about it and like I understood where they're coming from, so that's why I brought it up. But like I get your perspective. Like you kind of have to meet somewhere where like you both are uncomfortable. But how are we gonna get comfortable together? How are we gonna fix this situation together? And how are we going to make it make sense together?
God, not me dropping stuff. I think that takes time. I think that's something that happens within time.
Yeah.
And I think it takes a lot of patience. But, man, this episode has so much happening all at once. And I know that it's like, it seems.
That's what podcasts are about. You just kind of.
Yeah, I know. Seems
talk.
like, it's all over. But, with you confronting why you're single, taking accountability, why in relationships why do women have relationships issues with people they're not in a relationship with?
Triggered.
Like, why do we set ourselves up for that?
Oh gosh, I haven't figured that part out yet because I still do that. Laughing because I'm uncomfortable slightly. But this is just me being honest, friends, because I'm usually not this open. But like, it's when y'all figure it out, y'all let me know. Because I don't even know at this point. I'm just here. I'm here for a good time. Not a long time.
Because I'm here for a good time.
Like, I have no idea. I don't know. I think for me, I shouldn't say me, I do certain things because I just want to make sure that that like I'm still interested or like I still want something out of this. But I should also think about the fact that like, what are you doing to show me that you're also giving me that interested and you want this as well?
Me. Mm-hmm.
Because you probably don't. And that's where I've got caught in a lot of sticky situations where I'm just looking around like, wait a minute, this ain't it. And I'm doing A, B, C, D, and he's not even giving me A. Like, that's wild.
Mm-hmm. And I think we want to show all of these characteristics in ourselves as women to almost prove that we are good enough for that. Like, I'm good enough to be your girlfriend. I'm good enough to be your wife.
But we should also know that, like, are they good enough to be my man?
Right. But I also think that if a man, here's the thing. A lot of times we want to change a man's perspective. We want to change a man's mind. Like how I was talking earlier.
Yeah.
I think sometimes we really and truly have to accept the answer when a man says, no, I'm not ready for this. Or no, I don't want a relationship.
Yeah.
Because I'm telling you, like a solid, like 8 out of 10 times, they mean it.
Most definitely.
They mean it. And that little 20% chance of them not meaning it, like, you have to let God lead that way. Like, you have to let the time for them to see that.
Let God comes through.
Right? Because at that point, when you see things from that perspective, then you can just be like, all right, cool. If there's that little 20% chance where you're not pushing or doing anything and you guys are meant to be, as cliche as it sounds, you will be with that person.
Yeah.
If it's supposed to go that way, it'll go that way. But you shouldn't have to dim yourself in any way or have issues with someone you're not in a relationship with. And it also, like, as much as I'm going to sit down here and be accountable as a woman, it also has to deal with some of you men.
Speak on it.
And the reason why I say this and the reason why I say it that way is simply this. Men will know and do relationship things with a woman that they are not in a relationship with.
Or have no intentions of being in a relationship with, but think they need to do that to keep her around. For what? I don't know.
Right. And then when you give me this narrative, when you paint this picture for me and make me feel this and that and X, Y, and Z, and then when I start to catch feelings for you and I want to commit to you.
Don't hit me with the "you're not my girl."
Not even just that, but like, don't look at me like, where did you get that idea from? Yeah. What do you mean, where did I get that idea
That's where
from?
That's where the "you're not my girl" thing comes through.
Right.
It's like, what do you mean?
It's what you're showing me.
Yeah.
And that's why I've changed. Like, I think I've learned what my love language was, because I always thought action spoke louder than words. And when somebody hit me with that, and their actions were showing me that they wanted me to be their girlfriend, and they're like, well, did I say that? And I said, whoa. Okay.
We just hear
so maybe your actions, maybe your words mean more than your actions. Maybe words mean more to me than someone's actions, because I hold on to words. I hold that to you because I trust you. I take your word. I'm holding you by your
I
word.
think I'm the
My
opposite.
bond is my word.
Yeah.
That's what it is for me.
I think I'm the opposite. I need to see you doing stuff. And I think that's where I get myself caught up because I see somebody doing certain things and I'm like, okay, well, like they're doing this and they're doing that. So then,
yeah, but then I'll look at you and be like, okay, so if they're doing this and they're doing that, but it's only when it's convenient for them. Why are you still there? Because at the end of the day, like, what do you need to still be with somebody and have relationship issues when you're not in a relationship with them? It goes both ways.
yeah,
I shouldn't have to stay and have issues with you knowing I'm not your girl. But you and I shouldn't have these
we
issues.
shouldn't be having issues if we're not together.
If we're not together. You shouldn't make me feel some type of comfort of us being together or a potential of us being together if that is not your intention with me.
Yeah.
And as much as you know, different women can be different ways. Some can be more fragile, some can be, you know, more strong-headed. Like, it just depends on the woman you're dealing with. But you need to trust that what is going to break a woman more is when you play them.
Facts.
What breaks a woman more and breaks their character, not for long, but in that moment, is when it's like you insult our intelligence.
Yeah, and then when we start to give you the energy that you're giving us, then we'll sit down and cry about it. We'll talk about she give me bun. And it's like, how? I just gave you what you
you're
did to
giving
me.
but
men can't take what they dish out, and I stick by that.
Well, yeah, we obviously.
Just say it.
But that's what I'm saying. So I think sometimes when we commit to men who can't commit to us, it's an issue. And we know that. In that moment, we know we're committing to a man who cannot commit to us or who has shown that they cannot commit to another woman.
Yeah. But I've been in situations where, like, the person would want me to show them that I can commit to them and that I can do A, B, and C because they need to see that in order to say that, like, okay, you can be my girl. I've been in that situation. Like, they wanted me to do certain things to show them that I cared. And because I was doing those things, I was showing them that, yeah, I can be your girl. And there was a point in time where I believed it. And I was like, okay.
I don't think that's the case. I think what they're trying to say, instead of you showing that you can be my girl, I think it's like everybody has to bring something to the table. But your intent has to be there. Yeah. We got to be eating at the same restaurant.
But the joke was he wasn't doing anything to show that he could be my man. He just wanted me to show that, like, I can do all of these girlfriendy things. And at the time, I didn't understand. I was decently young. And I was just like, all right. But then I didn't realize that I was like, wait a minute. Why am I trying to prove to this man that, like, I could be his girl if he's not doing the same?
Okay, reverse. That just sounds like, for that situation, that just sounds like somebody who was playing you.
But that's what I said. That's what I thought. That's what, like.
Okay, because okay, that's okay. That's a whole different thing. Okay, I was just more so talking about, like, you know, when you start talking to someone, you both have to bring something to the table. You both have to show that, like, you know, that there's like, you're worthy of each other, which is okay. That's okay for you to do, to show that you're worthy of someone by coming to the table with what you can offer, and they have to come to the table with something they can offer. And then we both can see what we can offer each other and be in a relationship. But we also have to be, like, in this scenario, when I say, like, bringing something to the table, like, we can't just be eating at different restaurants and thinking that's what we're doing. Like, the intent has to both be there with one another. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. We're there together. So, like, what is your intention with me and what is my intention with you? I don't know why we're so afraid to ask what each other's intentions are.
Because sometimes you feel like it might be too early. Because sometimes, to be honest with you, I'd want to know, like.
But sometimes it's good. Okay, but even if I'm asking early,
ask early.
Yeah, because if I'm gonna ask you something like that now, it's because I don't want to waste my time.
Exactly.
I don't want to go and give you 6 months of my time when you know during that 6 months a relationship is not on your mind.
Yeah. Because if that's the case, then we can just hang out and call it a day.
Yeah, we can just be friends.
Yeah.
Or we can use each other for whatever it is, are to satisfy one another's needs.
Exactly.
But we have to talk about it so that we know what we're doing. Yeah. We can't just get into a habit and then get hopeful that the situation will change in your favor. And we are so guilty, not all women, but we are so guilty, people in general, actually, any gender, we're so guilty of doing that.
Yeah, because I can't even disagree. Because I mean, I do it. So here we are, chilling, doing it.
I think that when you are talking or dating or whatever you're in, I think you need to keep it between you and said person. Do you tell your friends about your dating life?
Oh gosh, honestly, I love you all, but I've slowly kind of stopped because I just don't like feeling judged by my situations and having the opinions of them. Not to say that they probably don't mean well, but sometimes certain reactions that I've gotten, I'm just like, I didn't ask for all of that. Like, I'm just here just trying to tell you what's going on, especially because more times, sometimes they'll ask. And then sometimes if they'll ask, they're like, well, I don't know why you do AB. I didn't ask for all of that.
Right?
Like, and sometimes to be honest with you, I probably get a little upset because like I know it's true, but like you emphasizing it and like kind of like yelling at me, well not really yelling at me, but kind of like saying it again is kind of like no, like I don't need that. Like I don't want that. So love my friends, but I probably will just like not and just like keep it to myself depending on like what the situation is, and if it's important to tell, then sure, I'll tell you.
Yo,
But
the more people you bring into your bed, the more people you bring into your relationship.
facts.
The more people that are standing in your bedroom feel like they are entitled to know everything that's going on in your relationship.
Yep.
Keep them out of your relationship.
Keep
them out your business. Keep them out your bedroom. You don't need to have everybody in there. Now, I think we should all confine in one person.
Yes.
Whatever, your persons. I think with me, I have different persons.
Depending on the situation.
Yeah, depending on the situation, I have 3 people that I will go to. If depending on what is going on, and I don't go right away, but like I have someone who will keep me level-headed. I have someone who will be unbiased, and then I have someone that will not be afraid to tell me that I'm wrong.
Yeah.
So depending on what the situation is, if I'm in like a disagreement with my boyfriend and I don't see that I'm wrong, or if I don't understand if I'm wrong, I'll go to that person. And that person will tell me, no, you're wrong. Then I have someone who's just more unbiased. Like they'll hear both sides and then they'll give their opinion based on both sides. Well, what did this happen? What did he say? Well, what did you say? And then I have the other person where if I'm upset and I know that, I was in the right and my boyfriend was in the wrong, I will sometimes my emotion and that part of me will still press that I was right, and I'll put it in their face, and that's the friend who keeps me level headed. Like, yo, you already said that you were right.
Like you made your point.
You made your
now
point.
Be quiet.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Right. So then, like, I need that. But when I was like dating like earlier, there were friends that I was telling things to that I will never tell any. Like, I won't do that ever again.
No, you can't, because when you start doing that, then there's people who use that against you if you guys stop being friends.
Right.
And like they'll start chatting your business, and it's like, whoa, wait a minute.
Right.
Like,
or always
I
like
didn't
they want to they just want to mingle like
or
mingle.
they think that they know you. Mingle
metal.
Metal. What's the word? I know what word it is.
You know what I mean?
It's not
them. Yeah.
Meddling.
There you go. They'll just start meddling into you. I was trying to figure out what the word was.
Same.
They're just start meddling into your situation, like your relationship, and it's like they almost feel like they're in the relationship with you.
Yeah, and they have the right to know what's going on.
Yeah,
and you don't.
Right.
But you can't really, depending on the situation, you can't really say they didn't because you were out there chatting your business. So you kind of allowed them to come inside.
You put yourself
in that perspective. And it's not to say that like I don't value like my friends' opinions or like I don't care to hear what they have to say. But sometimes I'm just learning some things are just better to talk to yourself about or take it up with God.
Keep it to yourself.
Yeah. Write it down. Talk to yourself out loud for a second and analyze the situation, because sometimes you don't necessarily even need to talk to anybody. You can just talk out loud and say, okay, crap, I was wrong. I probably shouldn't have reacted A, B, or C, or B, shit, I was right. This is how I should probably approach the situation. So you don't have to always go to your brethren or go to whoever and talk about your relationship problems too. You don't have to do that.
No, you don't. Sometimes I also think too, it's like misery loves company.
Yep.
And I don't want to call but sometimes you do have that one friend, have that one friend that is just
bad mind.
Yeah.
Because they're miserable. 9 times out of 10. To be honest with you, they are.
They are. And then
something
they
is wrong with them in the sense of how they feel about whether themselves or a relationship that they had or want to have or whatever the case may be, and that's why they
or an
wish
experience
an
they
experience
had,
they had.
and they're like, that's their outlook on
Yeah,
everything now.
and that's what it is, and you can't
Right.
change their mind.
Right.
So they'll be like, well, A, B, and C. Well, this happened to me, and they're like, well, she shouldn't do that, and da 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 da. And it's just like, it's not about you.
And that's not what that is. Like
Yeah.
that's not something that and I think with that's why I say like just be selective.
Be cautious.
Yeah. Be cautious of who you let things in. And it's like it's good to get a friend's opinion. Like don't get me wrong. Like we all love our girlfriends. We all love that. But we don't just need to act like we all just want to be single forever. Not that's the case for everyone.
Yes.
But I think some people want that companionship. They want a person.
Of course.
I think almost at some point in your life, everybody wants to experience that. Whether
you
it's
want the
forever,
company, whether it's forever, temporary, you want to feel something.
You want that.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, like hot girl summer, blah 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 blah. But it's like deep down, I knew I wanted a relationship. As single as I was, I experienced something, but I knew I wanted that love. I knew I wanted that part of my life to be fulfilled.
Because even regardless, when you're doing all of those things and you're living your quote unquote hot girl summer life or whatever, you're still seeking something.
Yeah.
You're still seeking some type of relation, some type of feeling that you're lacking. So you still want that company.
Yeah, that hot girl summer. You want to be able to go out and have fun and mix and mingle and
then meet a man and
to satisfy something that you're seeking.
Exactly. So basically, we're all seeking some type of level of comfort and feeling that we don't have.
Yeah.
So that's just what it is.
I think that's fair. And I don't think that I don't think we should stray away from it. Like again, it's everybody's situation is different, but I would find it hard to believe if someone said that they don't want to experience love. They don't want that. I would really find that weird. Maybe it's something that they'll say, yo, I don't want to experience that again because what I went through the first time, it wasn't it, and this is not what I want, and I would rather be by myself and be happy. I know women older women who have done that, who were married and will not marry again, and they are by themselves and they're happy with that. But they still experienced love.
But I don't think we're supposed to experience life by ourselves.
No, I don't think so. But
I don't personally feel like that's what it is. Granted, whether that you don't have to be married to experience love. You can be in just a long partnership with somebody if that's what you guys are comfortable with. But I think regardless of the fact, you are not meant to do life alone.
No.
I think we all desire something and someone. So, I mean, being single is cute and everything. Like, don't get me wrong. Live up your best single life. Like, don't get me wrong. As much as, I have been saying what I'm saying, like, it's cool. But I know what I desire. And I know what my end goal is and what I want it to be. Mm-hmm. And that's obviously to be with somebody, not to be single forever. Like, it's cute and everything. Like, it's fine. You're not, like, you're living your life. But, like, I'm just here, chilling, comfortable. Just waiting to see what happens.
I think also too, like sometimes somebody who doesn't want to experience that again, they seek or they experience love in different ways. So like there's something that they could love to do that could just satisfy them where they don't feel alone. Whether it's a hobby, whether it's an interest, whether it's a career, like whatever it is, that's their love.
Because it takes their mind off whatever
of like that physical
being of it. So like I'm doing this.
Yeah. And like they seek love in different ways, whether it's emotion, whether it's spiritual. Like people can do that. I don't think life is you're supposed to experience life alone. Me personally, I wouldn't want that. I want that companionship. I want to get married. I want to have children. I want to do all those things. However, I also know that if I experience that and it doesn't go well, I don't think I would be okay with just being okay by myself.
Well, I mean, what was it? Who was it? I think it was Betty White. Betty White was only married once, and her husband died. And they always asked like why she was never with somebody else, and she said because he gave her everything that she needed.
Yeah,
and she lived the rest of her life till she was like what 99, 98, and died on her once. Mm-hmm. And I was like, wow.
Yeah.
I couldn't even believe it.
You could experience that. And I think that if it's not with somebody, but it's like, I don't think I would like remarry or anything like that. I think she
probably experienced something so strong and her love that she had with her husband was so strong that she felt that she was fulfilled, and that was all she needed. And that was probably a really strong love as to why she felt like that. And there's not many people who are like that, but that's crazy to think about. And like, just she was just satisfied with being alone, and I don't know if I could do that.
Yeah. I don't think I would want to be by myself. I think that if there's something, whether I am fulfilled, like I can't really speak into it because at the end of the day, the man that I'm going to marry is going to marry me. We're going to stay together for life. Okay. But,
till death do us part.
Yeah, I think that at some point, like everybody should experience love is what I'm trying to say.
Well, I don't know what it feels like, but I'm assuming it's a very nice feeling. Like, is it? Not the deep breath, not the dramatic pause.
Love is, I think everybody experiences a different type of love. I think there's different types. I think that's why you have different relationships. I've been in relationships, but you know when it's authentic love. Like you know when it's real love. It's like the love where you don't have to second guess. I think what makes you know it's love is that like God tells you that person loves you in a way that a person can't tell you, but God himself will tell you.
Come on.
I think he'll put you in situations where you may not, like the words that are coming out of somebody's mouth, it's like something that you heard in your head already when you were praying.
Period.
And that is literally how I knew I was in love this time. Because it was the things that I closed my eyes and I prayed for. It was the things that I said I wanted in a man. And it's like in the moment when I met my boyfriend, I was scared because it was like, whoa, like,
see, ladies, why you need to be specific with your prayers?
No, I'm saying, because like I was like, yo, like no, like no, like I was scared. I was like, yo, chill, like what is going on?
This
like,
is where the ladies, when we get excited when we see something, this is where it happens. When we start planning the future, and this is that moment.
But in that moment, I knew it, and I was like, yo, and I didn't know I was gonna love him in that moment, but I knew I had to communicate with him, and I knew I had to let him know that I was interested. It was like, no, like go tell him that you want to get to know him. Go and tell him he's cute. Go tell him right now. Like I don't think you understand. I don't know where I got I don't know where the courage came from. I don't know what came out of I don't know. I have no idea, but it just worked.
And she didn't want to come out of her house that night. Can you imagine?
I didn't. And then it's like the things that I was saying and the things that I wanted as I was asking those questions, and like it's like I knew the answers were coming back that way, and it was because that's what God already told me. God told me the man I was gonna have. He literally told me, and it's the man that I have.
Come on, testimony.
So it's like I think when you know it's love, it's that feeling that you have from God. That feeling that you know it's God's work. That's when you know it's a person you love. And listen, I don't believe in nothing else but God, so I can't help you for the people who whatever, because that's me.
Whatever you believe in.
Nah, man. I don't know about no universe. I know God.
Remember the video that you showed me on Instagram with a girl?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't like. Let me keep it real. There's no such thing as a universe without God. God made the universe, guys.
I mean, yeah.
Take it up with your mom.
Take it up with your mom.
Take it up with your mother. Okay.
I mean, I hear you, and that's how I like listening to you and like your perspective and like watching you. That's how I knew that anything that I've experienced was not love at all. But I've known that like any man that I've had relations with or situations just was not love, period. Mm-hmm. Because I know that I know what love is, mm-hmm. and that none of that was it. That's why I'm in a way like I'm happy that I haven't experienced love yet, because now in my older years I can actually know that when it's time for me to experience it, I'll know what it is. And I'll feel it, and it'll be real, and it won't be like fake or no baby love or no puppy love.
You don't have to force it.
Like it'll just happen.
It's gonna happen. Love happens. Like and it's like there were so many times while I was dating when I was like trying to push things more than when it shouldn't. Like when the time was right. It's like I felt God like just like shifting me, like pulling me and be like, no, Like,
That's
not yet.
not it.
Not yet. And he
No.
put so much patience in the man that I'm with today that's how I know. Like, that's how I just know.
Yeah, because man needs patience with you, yo.
Shut up. Anyways, but that's how I knew. That's how I knew that that's what love was. But we all got to get there at some point. And I think that with being single, I feel like, you know,
I think
like
it's just,
the purpose of this episode is talk about being single and why women do things.
I think
and
it's
why
just
men
learning
do
to be
things.
comfortable in your singleness. And for me, that's been a process for me. And that's something that I'm learning, that it's okay to be by yourself.
It is okay
And
to be by yourself.
Know yourself before you get into a relationship, because you can't count on the other person to love you for you. In the sense of, like, you can't not love yourself and be like, well, he loves me, so that's fine. No, you have to love yourself, and he has to love himself, and then y'all can just love each other, because you have enough love within yourself to give. You can't have nothing and then try to get into a relationship and then rely on somebody else to love you. And
yeah,
you
but
don't love yourself.
that's where the self-love comes from.
Yeah, you have to be,
and
you have to be like, you know what, I'm cool by myself, but you're adding to my happiness.
Right.
I'm not relying on you for my happiness.
Right. But we shouldn't also compromise our happiness for someone else to want to be with us.
No, absolutely
we shouldn't
not. No.
compromise our needs. And that's why I think that when we ask that question on Instagram, like, do men have to love a woman more than we love them?
It's so
like
hard.
How you asked.
Yeah, how I asked that. It's so hard because sometimes I go back and forth. Sometimes I believe it. Sometimes I don't. But, like, right now, today, I believe it.
Yeah. I always said, like, nah, it's 50-50. But, like, I know that women love hard. And I think that a man knows that. A man knows that. And you want to know why they know that, or how they know that from, is their mother.
Yes. I've always said, if a man respects his mom and loves his mom, whether he doesn't treat all females like that, but the woman that he ends up with, he's gonna treat that way, because he knows that his mom wouldn't allow him to treat that woman otherwise.
Exactly.
So I feel like when you have a really good relationship with your mom, and you love your mom, and you're really close with her, and, like, your relationship is good, you value a woman differently.
And even, like, not everybody has their mother present.
Yeah.
But or a figure, some type of parent, they're human present.
Whether
with
it's
them.
your mom, your auntie, your grandma,
there's somebody.
there's some female figure in your life that you respect.
I feel like that, in a way, a man does have to love us more, because there's so much as women that we already do so much more of.
Yes.
We have to carry the child. We have to make sure we keep ourselves healthy and our child. Like, that's a lot of responsibility.
There's
on
so
a
many
woman.
things. There's gender things when it comes to being a woman that we're supposed to do,
right?
And that we already have to do.
But we're already doing it. That's what makes us such. That's what makes women such
programmed to do it.
But that's what makes us such badasses.
Yeah.
Like, that's what makes us so wicked.
That's why we can handle so many things.
Because we are that. We are the ish. Look how much things we do, bro. I mean, TMI, but we bleed a month. I mean, not a month. Per month. Well, I don't know. Some people's situations are different, but we bleed
go through
per
shit
month.
once a month.
We cramp up a month per month.
And that's without a baby, bro.
That's what I'm trying to say.
That's because I didn't have a baby yet.
Like, because I didn't have a child, I'm going through this.
And I thought about this at work, because we're kind of sidetracking here, but you start this off at such a young age sometimes.
Yeah, you start from, like, when you're 12, 13 years old.
Not even 10, 9 sometimes. And it's like, that's wild.
Yeah. But
we start womanhood so young.
Yeah, and we're introduced to womanhood so young.
So young.
And that's what I'm trying to say. Like, we already take on so much as ourselves. We already got to do so much as women.
Yeah.
So because of that, it's almost like, you should love us harder.
The bare minimum is you loving me more.
Yeah, that's the bare.
Not loving more, you loving me harder than I
love.
Yeah.
It's the bare minimum. It literally is, because look how much I have to do. I gotta be the one who's gonna be going in a 38-hour plus labor. God, don't speak it up on me, please, when I've got the time there. But, like, I gotta go through that. I gotta go through the labor. I gotta push.
And some women are going through this alone.
Exactly.
Because all you gotta do is do what you do, and I have to.
And then some women are raising these kids alone.
Exactly.
So look how much things that we're already doing to make us such powerful human beings. You almost should love me more, in a way.
Yeah.
But I know that, like, it's not to be selfish or to have higher expectations. But what I'm saying is, I know how to stand on my 2 feet. I know how to do all these things, and I got this, and I show that I got this, and I'll wake up with my one eye open, and a child here, and me rocking and doing what I got to do as a woman. If you know from that perspective that that's what I'm doing as a woman, damn it, you should love me more. You should want to be there to rub my back. You should want to make sure I'm okay, because I'm bringing a whole human being that's probably gonna just come out of me and look the dead image of you. So you might as well love me more.
9 times out of 10, yeah. But one of these days we're gonna have a male perspective on this too. But just talking as like females, it's hard out here, and this is why like we are okay being single, but we still desire that love because we want that love from a man or whatever it is that you're into, friends. But like you want that. You want to feel that because you don't want to feel that alone. And then especially if you're like a single mom or a single parent, it's like, brother, I'm already doing, and then I have to love this child alone. Like, it's a lot. It's a lot. But, you know, being comfortable in your singleness, that's step number 1, friends. And it's a process.
And if you don't want to be, okay, at the end of the day, like, you can be comfortable with any situation you're in.
Yeah.
If you don't want to be single, like, if you don't want to be in a relationship, because obviously this episode was single relationships, it was everything. But if you don't want to be that way, it is okay to express your intention with the person that you are with. It's okay to go through stages. It's not, you don't have to stick to it. It doesn't have to be, you know, the typical, but like, you got to make sure that whatever you're getting yourself into, you know what your intent is, you know what your purpose is. You both have
to discuss your intentions and know what the intentions are within each other and do that. That's basically what it is. Don't rely on what everybody else is doing and what John Brown is saying or what Christopher is saying or what Jenny's saying. Do what you and the person that you're dating are comfortable with and the intentions that you both made with each other, and do that. Because when we start listening to everybody else and social media and what relationships are supposed to be and what talking stages are, how long they're supposed to be and this, that, and the third, we make up too many things and expect too many things. And
you can have boundaries and limitations, but I think sometimes, like, you don't need to overdo it. Like,
no,
just let it
be,
let it happen. And if it's something that you just be like, yo, this is what I want, and this person doesn't want this, but
okay,
I know
to just let go.
That this is what I want, then it's okay to be like, all right, then maybe you're not for me. And if that's something that they see and they're like, oh crap, or whatever time, like the time that will happen that will bring you guys back together or bring you with that person that you had interest with or whatever the case may be, it will happen organically. Like, it will happen in that moment, but nothing should be forced. You can't force a man to change his mind, just like a man can't change a woman's mind. You can't change my mind on what I do with myself and whatever, just like I can't change your mind on when you want to love me. I have to accept that there's going to be a time where you're going to be ready to love me. You're going to be ready to commit to me. And I feel like men
know. You'll know.
They'll know.
And they know.
And sometimes they need the time to feel each other out or to date each other or to whatever. But get to know someone and get to know that person's intentions. And if your intentions align with the other person's intention, then bam, let's see what happens. But like, don't be afraid to have the conversation. Stop committing to men who don't commit to you.
That just struck another like topic, and like in the sense of like giving your all, like when it comes to like sex and stuff before that happens. And then usually when you do that, they're like, well, you already gave them all of that and you've already been sleeping with this person, so like, what's the point of a relationship? Because you're giving everything already pre-relationship, pre you guys being together. And then sometimes it kind of makes the situation worse because, fun fact, friends, when you have sex with somebody, some people actually, it just means more, it's more to them than just the physical action. There's feelings involved. And some people can separate that. In all honesty, one day I'll get a different perspective, but I don't know how people can do that.
Separate what?
Just not have feelings when you're doing that. Like, I don't get it. Like, how?
Yeah, I think that's like... there's so many different things that come with it. I think there is some type of feeling there. Whether it's like an attraction, whether it's you're aroused, whether it's whatever the case may be, like whatever your situation is, you're gonna feel something. But to me, I don't think it's just this can happen with no strings attached. There's no feelings. I don't. There's something there. There's something there. Because an attraction is a feeling. If I'm
Exactly.
attracted to you, then I have a feeling towards
Yeah.
you. Like
You
know
feel
what I
a way
mean?
about
I
me.
feel a way about you.
Yeah.
I can't just lay back and be happy and be ready to be intimate with somebody and like there's nothing there to make me want to do it.
Because think about it. Like if they went to go do something else with somebody else, you can't tell me that you wouldn't feel a way.
Yeah, but some people, hey, I've heard other women who are like, I don't care what he does as long as he continues to give me this.
Wild.
But like I said, that's like there's so much
There's
things
so much
around.
things. This episode was so all over the place, but like that's just what.
But that's what it is. That's what being single and in a relationship is. It's like this whole episode. Just
Literally. Exactly.
This. There's so much things, and it's okay, and it's okay to know that and to say that and to acknowledge that. That is fine. But I also think at the end of the day, everybody should be honest with whatever their purpose and intentions are with the person that they're dealing with. Whether
that's the main purpose, main point of this episode.
Whether you're in a relationship, whether you're getting to know somebody, whatever the case may be, communicate.
One more time, friend.
Communicate.
Thank you.
Communicate with what you're doing. Communicate with what you want. Be intentional. Exactly. And if it's something that you're saying like, yo, this is not it, then cool. Women, accept when a man says no. Accept when a man says, I'm not ready for that. Accept it. If they're showing you something else, then and they're saying that, nah, that's not what it is, take their word. Take their word for it and listen to it and be like, all right, well, if you're not ready for this, then I'm going to stop doing this. And once you stop doing this and he stops showing you then you'll see exactly what his intentions were.
Exactly. And it's better for you because you cut it off early before you were in too deep.
Before you hurt yourself.
Yeah.
Because when you
have to be selfish with your feelings.
Exactly. You're setting yourself up for failure.
Yeah. And you don't want to do that. And you don't want to look like confused and all over the place. You just want to be like, you know what? That's what it is. Okay. And just take yourself out of the equation before things get too deep and too confusing.
Right. And here, look at us. We're doing all these things where we have to prepare ourselves and say all these things. Again, we're doing more. That's why a man loving you more shouldn't be foreign. Because look at already what we're saying right now in this episode.
Yeah.
It's already so much while a man is just like, yo, it's really just this and that for me, to be honest. Still, like, I don't know, like, it's not that hard for me. Still, like, that's how they're talking.
They're just very nonchalant.
It's just cool.
Yeah.
Maybe I could be wrong, but when I talk to like my guy friends, it's like they're just chilling. Meanwhile, I'm here putting the pieces to the puzzle together.
I'm over here making 25 scenarios in my head before I even know what's going on.
Before I even know what's going on. Why do we do that to ourselves?
And it's not even like intentional of doing that. It's like, I think for me, like when I do that sometimes, like because I've done it, I'm just like, ooh, like you get excited. Because you're like, oh my gosh, this might be different from the last. Mm-hmm. So you're like, let me just, and then you start thinking and you're like, well, this could be this, that, and the third. Because you experienced something bad before and this feels good. So you're just hopeful. So exactly, it feels great. Yeah. So you're like, okay, I like this. I like how I'm feeling. And then we get excited and we amp ourselves up. And then I think that's something I do. I get myself excited. I'm like, ooh, this is different now. And like, I like this. It's not like the last one. And then you hype yourself up and then you're just like, wait, hold on. I think I hyped myself up. But that's just a temptation. Yeah. You're tempted into something that is like a tease of some sort of something. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you're almost cutting yourself short. You're teasing yourself. Yeah. And you don't want to do that. No. And just because something feels different doesn't mean it's good. Ooh. You know what I mean? Like something that is not what you experienced before. It doesn't mean that it's a good thing. Exactly. It just means you need to leave that alone. And it might feel nice in the moment, but is this going to be nice in the long run? No. Probably not. Absolutely. Because I've definitely been there where I thought things were nice, and then when I looked, and I was like, wait. What is this? What is that? Exactly. I don't like that. Exactly. So just identifying that, I think that's important. I think at whatever situation you're in, I just think communicate and be intentional. That's basically this episode. Don't be afraid to be single. Don't be afraid to be open with your feelings. Don't be afraid. Exactly. Don't be afraid to communicate your feelings. Not even like being open with it. Don't be afraid to communicate it. Exactly. Don't be afraid to put yourself and say, okay, this is what it is. Now, don't do the unrealistic, like, $2,000 dates and all this next business that you guys want to talk about. Like, and like the ultimatum when you're dating for like 6 months and first of all, and have babies. First of all, did we talk about that show? Yeah, before we end this episode, we're gonna talk about this for a second. How I just want to know how.
Just thinking about, like, see what I mean? Like, when I get excited, I start licking my mouth on a microphone. I don't. Okay, like,
I mean, I know everybody's different, but damn.
I know I'm saying, like, communicate your feelings. I know I'm saying all of this. Trust me, this episode will end soon. Don't worry. But I know I'm saying, like, express your intentions. But, like, yo, at 24 years old, you should not be telling somebody that, yo, if you don't do this and marry me and do this, and I'm leaving. Like, within 6 months of dating is mind blowing to me.
Because here's their perspective on marriage and stuff is they think it's all rainbows and butterflies. And they think
but it's not.
And Nick Lachey and the girl, his wife, I don't know her name.
Vanessa.
Thank you. Who made the show? They said that they broke up and got back together because that's what she wanted. He didn't want that at the time.
You know what it is? Because them Lachey people are nasty. Those two people are those people are.
Are they actually? I don't know.
Do you hear what they're talking about? Did you, like, she was saying that she left him and that this is the ultimatum that she was doing. Those people, they enjoy that show.
They do. Yeah.
What do you mean? But do you want to be with the person that you left with or the person that you met? Can you?
Who created
this?
You think my man is gonna go lay up with somebody else for 3 weeks?
Are you sick?
Dumb?
And then you're gonna come back and go on one knee and ask me to be your wife? Are you crazy?
No.
After you lay down with next gal?
Disclaimer: if you didn't watch it, remember the man who just immediately proposed to his Oman?
Yeah, but then again, in the same breath, looked at the girl and said, "I'm gonna choose you." That's what I'm trying to say.
Some men are disgusting.
I keep hitting my face on the mic. I know. No. The ultimatum is literally
the worst show.
It is those are some nasty individuals, okay? And I don't mean nasty like in a gross way, but y'all are y'all reckless.
Y'all really thought at 23, 24, and even the same disclaimer again, the black couple, they ended up together, but they never even got married.
It's not a disclaimer. It's a spoiler.
That's what I meant to say. I keep saying disclaimer, but y'all know what I mean. Spoiler alert. They called off their engagement. They're just together.
Who's that?
What's his name?
Randall
and the black girl.
Oh, they called off the engagement?
They called off the engagement, and they're just together. They're just boyfriend and girlfriend.
Yeah, but sometimes these shows can't be real.
But that's what I'm saying.
Like, I don't think it's real. Some of it, I don't know. I don't think it's all
regardless, real. But do you see my point? They want to get married to each other. They know that's their intention.
Yeah,
but they just know at the stage in their life right now, they're not ready for that.
Right, and that's okay.
And that goes back to your point. But that doesn't mean... back to your intentions.
But okay, whoa.
No, I'm saying...
No, but thought.
Go ahead. Yeah, listening.
What if you're with somebody who wants to be with you, but they don't want to marry you? Can you be with them?
If you're satisfied with that. Like, if you're satisfied with being in a partnership for the rest of your life.
Without being married?
Without being married, and if you're okay with that.
And they love you.
I think that can work. For certain people. Because remember, not everybody wants to get married. Mm-hmm. For me, I want a ring. Sorry about it. I want one. Thank you. For some people, it works. And I don't know.
Shelly Ann comes out of nowhere sometimes.
Yeah, it does.
No want a ring.
Like, it works for some people. And I'm not mad at you. If you guys have been together for 40 odd years and you guys aren't married, good for you. But for some people, marriage is a good thing to commit to. And it makes the relationship work. So whatever floats your boat, but that just goes back to them as a couple. They realize, yes, we want to get married, but not right now.
Okay. And that's okay. That's okay to identify that.
So that's how I knew that show was stupid and crosses.
Because I don't think it's... altogether, the show is wild. But I think that that
was growth. That was growth.
Then the reality of it was growth. Maybe this ultimatum is not realistic. Maybe this is not a realistic situation for me and this person. Maybe me, like, putting my wants and needs down, putting his wants and needs down, like, with this ultimatum of what want, we can now communicate and find out each other's needs without just plastering it on the wall.
And what we want, what I want.
Like, what do we want?
Yeah, what do we want together?
There's no I in a relationship.
Yeah.
We are in a relationship together.
Yeah.
There's a we. But I also think too, and this was like my next point when I asked, like, can you be okay with somebody just wanting to be with you and not marrying you?
Not me licking my face on the mic.
I don't understand how some men can think it's okay to have a child with you and not want to marry you. Like, why am I okay to have your baby, but I'm not okay to be your wife? Like, why am I good enough to be the mother of your child, but I'm not good enough to be your wife?
Are we together in a relationship, or am I just having your picnic?
Well, what do you mean? Am I just having your pick me?
No, like what I'm saying in that sense, like
Like,
is
did
this,
we get a
is
one
it,
night stand,
yeah, is
or
this
like
like
a
a just, yeah, is
we
this like
were
you
in
just,
a relationship? Oops, yeah, I got
yeah,
pregnant.
is that the kind of
No,
situation
I'm
you're
talking
talking
about somebody
about?
that like you're in a relationship with, you're dating, you get
Oh, and
pregnant,
like one person wants to get married, but the other
and then the other
person doesn't.
person doesn't.
But I want you to have my kid, but I don't want to marry you.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't
We're
understand
gonna
that.
have a male for that one day, because yeah, this is the empty chair for somebody, because I have no
I
idea.
want to know, like,
I have no
I
idea.
genuinely want to know, and it's not. This is not me.
No, this is just
This
a
is me
question that
genuinely want to know. How
what makes
can
me good enough to be the mother of your kid, but not your wife? Like I don't.
Is it that I'm good
You
enough,
just-
or is that just a situation you're in?
And I just so happen to have your pick me. Like what is this?
Or am I going to continue to be the mother of your children, or is that do you hold that as a higher magnitude than marriage because you are the mother of my child or
Some
children?
people don't even hold having kids as a. They're just, well, she's just my baby mom's. Like that's how some men think.
That's what I get, but that's what I'm talking about, the men who are in relationships with somebody, with a woman, and who, like, yo, I want you to be the mother of my children, but I don't know if I want to marry you.
That's wild.
There are men like that.
But I feel like they would both kind of come together and kind of make sense together. Like if you want to marry me, that means you want me to have your children, or if you want me to have your kids, you want to marry me.
That's not the case sometimes.
I know, but I feel in my head. That's why I said I need a male to answer that question, because in my brain I'm just like, well, if you want me to have your kid, I'm assuming you want me to be with you for the rest of your life, because who's raising this child by themselves for 18 years?
Right.
I mean, obviously.
Or some people do, but I think I'm not talking about the relationships where it's like we were together, it didn't work out, and then now we're
no. I'm talking about like we're in a relationship.
I'm literally talking about somebody who will look at you and say, I want you to have my babies. I want you to be, I want you to be the mother of my children. But then I look at you and I say, okay, and I want to be a wife. And then you can look at me and say, well, I don't know if I want to get married.
I don't want
to
get that marriage thing, but I'll give you a baby. No.
What, like, I don't get that.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Because
either.
a child is a commitment. A house is a commitment. Like, it's not. It's a bond. A child is a bond and a commitment.
This is half of me and
like
half
this
of you.
This is us together for life.
Yeah.
Essentially, like that's what it is. Evidently.
Yeah.
Like you and I are together for life.
Like we made this.
This is us. We are going to be bonded. We're in a bond for life.
For life.
Because we brought this person into this human being into this world.
Yeah.
So we brought this human being together. So we are together no matter what. So it's like, if you can,
this is always going to keep us together.
Yeah, it's not like the relationship didn't work. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about if you can trust me enough to have that bond with me for 18 plus years, then why can't you trust me enough to be your wife?
Questions that need answers.
I'm gonna start calling all my guy friends because I really need you guys to come up on the couch.
Yeah, because because we're gonna have a talk. There's gonna be a part 2 to this because I need to know.
Yeah,
I need to know.
Yeah.
This is just more of a venting situation and kind of like opening and testing the waters here. But we're gonna come back with some answers, friends, because I need to know why.
No, it's very important.
Very important.
This episode is literally a lot.
I mean, I vented, so thanks for listening, friends.
And you know what? Kudos to you because you are very honest.
Shout out to me. Thank you. Appreciate it.
You're honest.
Yes,
you're honest and you're vulnerable. And that's why I like having this platform. That's why I like, making sure I kept this going, is because it's good to be able to speak and be vulnerable because there's somebody who's listening who understands and knows exactly what we're talking about.
Yes.
Or is experiencing this in some type of way. So if you are, share it in the comments.
Let us know.
Engage with us on our social media.
Hit me up. Tell me how you feel.
Yeah, you know what it is. Like, let us know how you feel in this situation, or if you are in any of these situations. Like, let us know because
and what you want us to talk about next, because we here.
Nah, I don't want you guys to tell me what you want to talk about next. I'm talking.
She's rude.
Not even that. Like that's
I'm
not
like opening up conversations like another topic. You can vibe?
Yeah, I know, but like no more so. Like I want them to gauge on this one.
Yeah, and then we can talk about it again next time for part 2 when we have a male perspective.
Oh, okay, that didn't make... Okay, never mind. Okay, no problem. Anyways, thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening. This is a CheyTea podcast. Make sure you follow us on Instagram and on TikTok. Make sure you are following us also on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Like, comment, turn on that bell button, tap it, press the button, click the link. All that and above, okay? And just make sure you rocking with us because we're here to stay.
We rocking with you.
That's what I'm saying.
Over and out.
Lord. I have to go call my man and tell him I love him.
I'm screaming.